Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
How's
What's
it
going
going?
on?
Not too much. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Maintaining.
I know we
Same.
were hoping to get both of you guys in here tonight. Unfortunately, it's tough with this social distancing and not being
Uh,
able to be together.
we trying our best, man.
Yeah,
We trying our best. We trying to practice what we preach, type of thing. So, you know,
absolutely.
no going to the barber shop, no haircut.
I'm in the same boat, man. I mean,
Yeah, man. We all in this together. I've been shaping it up myself. I got
yeah,
yeah.
you got to. But
Other than that, so how you feeling, man? What's
I'm
going
doing
on?
good, man. I appreciate you guys being here for this interview, man. We're big supporters, and excited to
Appreciate it.
talk to you about the last album you put out, and also the history of the group. So.
Right.
Um,
That's what's
let's
up.
let's start there with your guys' last album, Soul Brothers, came out in
Mm-hmm.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
After a long hiatus from putting out an album, what do you remember most about that album? Reflecting back on it now.
Um, it was it was the chemistry reuniting.
Mm,
It was the two the powerhouses, as I call it, David a powerhouse in the self, and me respectively, and myself a powerhouse, coming back together and merging those energies back together. So the album was the album was the sound of you know two brothers
yeah,
getting back together, putting the we gonna put the band back together, boys. So
yeah,
it was finding a piece of myself again, basically, as well as it was for David. I know we talk about it a lot. So just to be in a lab creating and and sit back and listen to what we just recorded, like, oh my God, I miss this, man.
yeah.
Like this level of our music, this expression of our music together is always amazing. So that Soul Brothers album, let me just talk about it a little bit real quick. It's
Mhm.
rated P for positive. That means you can play it with your lady, have an intimate moment. You can play it around your daughter. You can play it around your mother, mother-in-law, whoever. And it's going to be a certain level of respect, a certain level of cleanness. So we rated it P for positive, you know?
That's dope. Dope. Really appreciate the fact that you guys came back with that album, put out a really solid project, and
Oh,
you guys
man.
have been active ever since. You guys have been doing shows. You guys have been making
Yeah.
appearances. So it was like we missed you guys when you were gone. Now it's been great to have you back. Back in the mix.
Yeah. Good to be back, man. Good to be back. Good to be
So
back. Definitely.
we love to talk about the history and hear the stories behind the music and help artists celebrate their legacy. Definitely love to celebrate the legacy of Ruff Endz. I want to take it back to the beginning though, because I want to hear how you guys originally came together as a group. I think I read that you guys were part of different groups originally, or part of a bigger group, and then originally
Mhm.
became Ruff Endz. How did that all happen?
Oh man, before before me and Dave actually linked, um, I was with the group. I was probably like 14, 15 years old. I was the youngest person in the group. The other person next to me was probably 28,
Well,
29, 30, something like
damn.
that. Right. So the group was called Total Male. It was
Mm,
just crazy. I was really supposed to be in school. we was
yeah.
we was we was performing places and doing stop the violence shows at schools and all that
Wow.
crazy stuff. And but still at the same time, I wasn't really in school like I was supposed to be. I was like still kind of in the streets. So the group and the music kind of saved me and pulled me back in the direction like, okay, you got to finish school.
Mhm.
Me and my mom had this agreement like you got to get your diploma, so you got to get it done. I need that diploma. So I started school. As soon as I started school, I ran into Dave the first day. I came back.
Yeah.
They actually was cutting class in the music room.
Oh wow.
It's the music wing of the school in Southwestern. Um, and when you open the door, you can hear the harmony and people singing. So instead of going up in the school to the room, I went to where the harmony was. So
Mm.
Set in, and me and Dave actually, when we linked, we hit it off like, oh yeah, I know your family. Yeah, I've been seeing your family.
Oh,
You got the church down the street, and you know my family is up the street, same neighborhood. My
mm,
family is more like, you know, into the streets. Like his
right.
family is, you know, his mother and father pastors. They giving out clothes. You know, it's like that kind of difference, you
Hmm.
know. So we linked in high school. When we linked up, we started a group. I forgot the name of our group in high school. What was
Yeah.
it, Dave? It was what was it? Was it hot? No, was it Total Mail? Was it? I forgot what we called ourselves in high school, but it was four of us. Ronnie Henson, a good friend of ours named Will, um, and we had a group in high school. But the other two guys, one of them was heavily into church, and his mother didn't want him to sing secular music.
Oh, wow.
So it was deep, man. But
Yeah.
the harmonies was crazy. We had another group with a phenomenal singer named Quan. Quan, oh my God,
Yeah.
crazy voice like Stokely, like a Stokely kind of voice, like can easily go into that crazy range and come back. And another guy named Philip Freeland, who was like a Brian McKnight type of voice that was
Yeah.
out of this world. So that was our group Total Male. We had a group called Total Male, and at one time we even had a situation on the table with Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle was going to
Wow.
sign us, right? But the group, you know, we had differences in the group, and we couldn't keep it together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So a great friend of ours who is one of the former members of Drew Hill by the name of Ruscola. Ruscola has always been a great friend of ours, someone we looked up to in the neighborhood that switched his life around from being in the streets to doing music and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Actually, we were in his videos. He shot videos when we were probably like 13,
Yeah.
14, around that
Wow.
time.
That's
So
dope.
he told us, look, man, look, I know y'all been trying to keep it together. I know y'all like the harmonies and all of that, but y'all got to get in the game. Y'all, it's time for y'all to make yourself known in the game. He was like,
Yeah.
I think y'all should do it with just you, Charlie Brown, and Dave. You know, they called me Charlie Brown. The girl was named Charlie Brown of Baltimore. It was like Dave and Brown. At that
Yeah.
time, we were Dave and Brown. It was
Wow.
just facts, you know. So we actually were kind of nervous because, you know, we had never really heard of a group with two members really competing in the industry,
Yeah.
and you know, we didn't really know about Sam and Dave, who were singing the song Soul Man. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
We had no idea about that. That was after the fact. But
Yeah.
um it was a very sure time for us, but unsure at the same time
Yeah.
because it was something new, a two-man group.
Yeah.
So we said, look, let's do it. It's like, let's do it. You ready? Like, let's do it. So me and you
Right.
against the world. So I mean, we Ruff Endz was born at that moment. We went hard. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
well, how did you go on to get signed? I know you signed to Epic Records, I believe, in the late '90s. How did that come together?
that was another level of determination. As young men from Baltimore, it was a lot of violence going on at the same time. So that was another fuel to our fire. Um, we started writing. We started writing and recording our own material.
Mm.
Just finding out from different people how important it was to be a writer as well and have your own stuff. So we started linking with producers. David started producing tracks as well, who's one of my favorite producers. Um, he started producing tracks as well, and we started putting together our demo. Met a guy named Troy Patterson through another guy named Anthony Jeter, who used to give talent shows since we were a kid. The first talent show I was in
Right.
was the talent show. Um, and we just networked. Through networking, we met an incredible writer named Stephanie Cook, who wrote in their backgrounds for like Mary J. and a bunch of people in the game. She's like big overseas in the club scene.
Mm-hmm.
She introduced us to OG Pierce. OG Pierce was one of the original OGs. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wrote This Is How We Do It with Montel Jordan and got
Okay.
him his deal. He was responsible, him and his wife was responsible for getting us on the I Spy soundtrack, so on and so forth. He walked us right into the office and we let him hear our demo. We sung live. And it was kind of, just to speed it up, it was like history from that point. Dave McPherson signed B2K, he signed Mandy Moore. He's responsible for a bunch of classic historical groups. So
Right.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
we're part of a crazy roster, man.
Yeah.
Most
That's
definitely.
cool, man. Thanks for sharing that story.
Yeah.
So take me back to the debut album, Love Crimes. Of course, you had a huge hit single, No More, on that album. What do you remember about creating the album?
Man, you taking me down a rabbit hole. You're like, Morpheus, which pill would you like to say? Wow, man. Shout out to everybody that was a part of that process. History in the making, man.
Right.
Shout out to the group Lover, which was Cisco's first girl group, and an incredible writer. I call her Chinky, but her real name is Sheree.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
I'm
remember
saying
her.
it right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm saying all that to say, so it was this point in time when we got our advance from Epic Records. First, kids from Baltimore getting the advance. We got signed. Everybody heard we got signed. So we taking these crazy trips to Atlanta, meeting people like Jazzy Faye and Teddy P and what's his name? Don. What was his name? Polo the Don, the producer, who was a part of another group at the time. Jim Crow and Jagged Edge was around at the time. Destiny Child was around at the time. Ideal. It was crazy. We were there the day Jonte Austin placed Sweet Lady on Tyrese. Like, it's crazy. I can go on and on, but I don't want to go too far. But anyway, the people we work with, some of the songs that never even made the album, to me, were incredible. Working with people like Michael Brian Cox.
Yep.
Doing the song Apologize on our first album, which was like one of my favorite songs. Working with Manuel Seal, who's responsible for a lot of the Usher, Mariah Carey stuff. It was a crazy time, man. We recorded a lot of songs. We really got to know our craft a lot. We really got a chance to really develop our sound and hear ourselves as singers as well as writers. It was incredible. Like, it was our proving grounds. As I could really say, it was where we really learned to sharpen ourselves, singing stuff 100 times.
Yeah.
When people think you go in the studio and sing everything from beginning to end, baby, take it, print. No, sing it again.
Yeah.
All right, do that again. Do it with more feeling. Do it like you miss your girl, like you never gonna see her again. They tell us all these crazy stories. So I mean, to look back on it, I appreciate it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Making Ruff Endz who we are. So
amazing, man. Take me back to Someone to Love You. The hit single from your second album. For me as an R&B lover, that song is one of my favorite songs because I can remember where I was when I heard it. I remember the video vividly. It just connected. And
Mm.
I mean, personally, it's my favorite song of your guys. But what do you remember creating that song?
Um, Shout out to Troy Oliver. Um, Music.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corey Rooney, writer. Um, Dave McPherson. Shout out to D Mac. D Mac. Yeah. Shout out to D Mac, Dave McPherson. He called us up like, man, I want you to hook up with an incredible guy, which was Corey Rooney. So we went to upstate New York to a studio where we actually met Anne Marie. Anne Marie was A. Marie.
Oh, wow, wow.
A.
Yeah.
Marie was there recording her album. This
Damn.
one thing that got me tripping, all them songs, she
Yeah.
was there knocking them out, knocking them
That's
out.
dope. That's
Right.
dope.
Well, Corey Rooney. So he brought us into the studio. He was like, man, he was like, I just couldn't get y'all out of my mind when I heard this song. He was saying, Phil the Sin about, he did it with Troy Oliver, who's another incredible, incredible musician. He sat down to the piano. Dun, 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 dun. He got glasses on, so he hit his glasses one time. He looked down and took me to another place. I'm looking at this guy like, you look at people different when you
Yeah.
looking at him like he's humming it. He's playing it. Dun, 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 dun. Bet you that I can read your mind. I'm listening to the words. And tell you everything you're going through. I'm looking like someone to love you. I'm looking like, okay. It was a hit. It was a hit already, man. It was one of those things. I felt appreciative. We started smiling, looking at each other like, okay, this for us, or we gonna kill this. You feel me? Dave McPherson get us on the phone like, listen, you know what y'all do. Y'all been waiting for this. He's like, I think this is definitely a hit. He was like, do what y'all do. He was like, make it y'all own.
Yeah.
Corey Rooney told us the same thing. So when we sung the song, I felt like we made it our own, because the song was already dope. How he delivered it to us the first time we heard it and everything. And when people heard it at the label, they was like, yeah, that's it, man. That's fire.
Undeniable.
So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Sony Epic, Dave McPherson, Corey Rooney, Troy Oliver, all the writers on the album, man. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much.
That's dope, man. Love that song. Timeless classic, of course.
Bro, man.
And we're almost out of time, unfortunately, but I got one more thing to ask you. Next time, we're definitely going to get both of you guys, for a full interview.
For sure.
But in the meantime, though, fill us in. The Soul Brothers album came out in 2018. Definitely looking forward to knowing what you guys are working on next, what we can expect next as far as new music. Let us know.
Super excited about this question. We are practicing social distance right now, so we are practicing what we preach and being responsible, and really it's really hard for us because it's hard for us to be apart when we really want to be together, recording, working to get y'all this new music. We have an incredible list of artists that we've been wanting to work with for so long that we're going to have on this new 20th anniversary Ruff Endz album. This is the 20th anniversary of Ruff Endz. We came out 2000, which was a crazy moment, the end of 90, the beginning of 2000. So we are celebrating it with an incredible album of visuals, videos, amazing artists. We got a new situation, a new manager. Shout out to Terry, our manager. Shout out to Universal. Shout out to IRS. We love y'all, man. We got some amazing, unprecedented things for Ruff Endz on the way for y'all. We just want y'all to stay tuned in. Ah, how can I say enough without saying too much? At the same time, I want to let them out of the bag so bad. um, but shout out to Michelle A. Shout out to John B. Shout out to Donnell Jones. Shout out to Next. Shout out to all our brothers in the industry. People I'm not thinking about off the top. High Five, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Guy, Teddy Riley. Looking forward to doing some amazing things, man. I don't want to talk y'all head off, but I'm excited. I'm just trying to hold it back. I'm trying to
Yeah.
keep everything in. And thank you to you, man, for having us, for thinking about us, for keeping the brand relevant. Official Ruff Endz on everything. Shout out to my partner in crime, or my partner in good deeds, my partner in life, David Chance, an incredible producer, director, movies, videos. You know, we into some acting, into videos, into voiceovers. Ladies and gentlemen, we into a bunch. I'm just doing a bunch of different stuff in the at you right now. But we love and appreciate y'all, man, so much. We want y'all to stay safe, keep your family safe. Please practice social distance until all this is over. Because we love y'all. We need to see y'all at our shows, so we can get our proximity back in check. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. All right, Dante, thank you so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. Really excited for this
brother.
new label situation you guys got, the new project coming, man. And you always got our support, man. Always happy to support you guys.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much.
No problem. We'll talk again soon, man.
Peace.
All right, peace.